In recent times, the world has seen a resurgence of religious cults. As we approach the end of an uncertain millennium, more and more people are looking for answers. Their questions are being heard by a spate of so-called messiahs. Waco, the Om-Truth sect, and Crossover are among those with tragic stories. Now another self-styled messiah has emerged. Behind me here is the Adelaide chapter of the Pure Light Church of the Third Apostle. Its messiah, their third apostle, is this man.
The gift of television to this enlightened age is the knowledge of the oneness of mankind and the fundamental...
He is Gabriel Boone, former dairy farmer turned prophet and television guru. The video you're watching, according to Boone, is your passage towards a pure mind. Allegedly, by watching this video, you'll take your first step into the circle of the pure church.
I'm standing here at the home of Michael and Jenny Telford, two parents who haven't seen their 16-year-old daughter Anna for more than 6 months.
They say their daughter was brainwashed by the Pure Light Church of the Third Apostle and lured into a world of bizarre cult behaviour, which includes alternating sessions of sensory isolation and hypnotic television viewing. They say Boone is an evil man and must be stopped.
It's that video. She bought it late last year and would sit in front of the television for days, watching it over and over, hour after hour. We got to the stage where we banned her from television altogether. We made her get out of the house and socialise, but she always seemed reluctant. Then one day, she decided to go out and never came back. And we haven't seen her since.
Anna's story is typical of hundreds around the nation. Parents are confronted by empty bedrooms every day.
Anna used to be such a happy girl, but once she got into this thing, she never smiled, she hardly ever spoke. I just don't know, just don't understand what happened.
Alice Mason is someone who knows what has happened. She has been into the church and has returned to tell her story. Today she's a freelance photographer, but once she was deeply involved in Boone's endeavours. After 4 years in the church, she made the decision to leave, and only recently has surfaced to denounce Gabriel Boone and his church. Alice was first lured to the Pure Light Church while holidaying in Arkansas in 1991. During her time in the church, she rose through the hierarchy to become what they call a cleanser.
Well, a cleanser is someone who performs the purifying ritual to its new members. I was often concerned at this time of the effect that this would have, because people would walk around in a trance for days. It was totally brainwashing.
What other so-called brainwashing techniques did the Pure Light Church use?
That's where the video would be used. People would be locked away for days.
You mean isolated?
Yeah, I suppose so. They'd be shown nothing but the video over and over again. There's nothing pure about the Pure Light Church.
Love him, watch him.
We tried to get an interview with a member of the church, but all our attempts failed. We weren't even able to establish an interview on the phone. One of the central beliefs of the Pure Light Church is that all those outside the sanctum are impure and all contact is prohibited. Excuse me, sir, are you a Pure Light convert?
Love him, touch him.
Have you been brainwashed?
Watch him, love him.
Have you been locked up against your will?
Watch him.
Why won't you talk with us?
You will be purified.
We are not the only people trying to get inside the church. There are those who'll go to extraordinary lengths to do so. This is Rory Stapleton, cult deprogrammer. Rory's been following the movement of the Pure Light Church ever since it arrived in Australia.
I've closely analysed the church's indoctrination video. I've noticed some particularly disturbing subliminal techniques in use.
Watch him.
We were at our wits' end. We didn't know where to turn. And then the neighbour showed me an article about Rory in the local newspaper.
Rory has been involved in cult investigation for 19 years now. He began deprogramming, or as he likes to call it, normalising, 8 years ago. His investigations led him to develop anti-brainwashing techniques, which has led him to normalise over 500 individuals.
Tonight's recce is to look for Anna Telford. We will be using hidden video surveillance gear hooked up to Alf here to have a good look around.
Rory's team goes to work wiring Alf. It's using these techniques which has made Rory Stapleton one of the most controversial deprogrammers at work today. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and Alf, who's been in the church now for about 12 hours, has just come out. Now, I regret to say he was not able to find Anna. But the footage that he was able to get in the church, I think, could be very interesting and a valuable resource for cult researchers.
Touch him!
The next day, Rory's crew views their footage. There were hours and hours of footage like this, tranced out people who didn't really move except when Boone's image came on their television screens.
Children of the world, I bring you pure light. I transmit it to the world. You can see it. All you have to do is watch.
Watch me. Watch him. Love me. Love him.
Touch me.
Touch him.
Touch my hand. Touch the screen.
The Pure Light Church of the Third Apostle now has hundreds of members throughout the nation. The followers of Gabriel Boone believe him to be the Messiah. However, looking from the outside, the picture looks very different. Social and sensory isolation, hypnosis, suggestion, and even brainwashing are all part of Boone's manipulations. These can lead to a dangerous pattern of obsession. And it's television, our most influential medium, which he uses to evangelize the most vulnerable, our children.
Anna was behaving just like the people in the footage. She wasn't in that house. But we know that Gabriel Boone had something to do with the disappearance. We just want our little girl back.
As the search for Anna continues, more of our youth are falling victim. Authorities are investigating all allegations, but so far no charges have been laid. Meanwhile, Boone is free to air his dangerous message.